Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Guys Before Us, the podcast that takes you back in time to discuss the movies of yesteryear. I'm Robert Hollister, and with me always is Ben Palmer.
I'm always here, and you're double fisting beers right now.
You're always here?
Always.
Sitting in the darkness.
Forever in the darkness.
You know who that reminds me of? Take a leap with us as we traverse the narrows of Hell's Kitchen and see through the eyes of a devil in 2003's Daredevil.
I'm not the bad guy!
Hey Ben, what's up?
I'm good. Sweating a little bit.
It was a little hot in the bunker. We left the AC off, but you know what? We're making do. We turned it off a while ago,
It's back on.
and now we're cooling off, so we're good. You know what else is cool?
Why don't you tell me what else is cool?
Some news, baby. That's what's cool.
Let's hear it.
Some new news about some new stuff.
Some new mutants.
Some nude mutants. Did I say nude mutants?
I'm alright with nude mutants.
Ooh, like that nude mystique. Walking around naked all the time. How do you feel about that?
Which one are we talking about?
The better looking one.
Which one are you talking about?
I don't know. Enough about that mutant, because those are old mutants, man.
You know what it's time for?
New mutants.
That's right.
Okay. So last week we talked about the upcoming X-Force movie and discussed some characters that we would like to see part of the team.
Right.
I said Cannonball
You sure did.
because I thought Cannonball would look cool.
Hey, cool guy Cannonball.
He'd be a delight
To the
eye, flying through the sky. And it turns out, just right over our heads this whole time, the New Mutants movie, which we knew about. We knew of its existence, but not the fact that it was shooting, but not only shooting, but had wrapped production
A couple days ago.
a couple days ago. And on the team, I keep dropping this pen.
I know.
I need to stop that.
Put it down.
I did. But in the team, Cannonball. Well, Cannonball's going to be in the goddamn movie. That's what we're getting at.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be in it. He's played by the kid Jonathan from Stranger Things, Will's older brother. But he's going to be in it. He's Cannonball. Then we got Arya Stark. These are the actors.
No.
They have real names, I imagine, right?
No, they don't.
See, last week we boasted ourselves of being able to pull all the names out of the air,
Yeah.
out of the ether that is
It's too hot.
Hollywood.
It's too hot for that right now.
Yeah, we just gotta blast through this. But she's gonna be playing Wolfsbane, so it's crazy that it's just completely missed it.
Yep.
So,
But it's happening.
but we'll look into that, and we're excited for that. So that's pretty good. But that's pretty much.
So pretty much you're going to get some Cannonball action. He's just not going to be an X-Force.
I'm excited.
He might be.
He doesn't need to be an X-Force, man. That's cool. I just want to see. I don't care where he's at.
You just want him to look cool.
He could have been like in one of those scenes in X-Men, and any of the X-Men just flying in the background.
And be like, there he is.
What's Daredevil all about?
Well, attorney Matt Murdock, played by Ben Affleck, is blind,
Oh.
but his other four senses function with superhuman sharpness. By day, Murdock represents the downtrodden. At night, he's Daredevil, a mass vigilante, a relentless avenger of justice.
Oh.
When Wilson Fisk,
Uh-oh.
Michael Clark Duncan,
R.I.P.
R.I.P., he hires Bullseye, who's played by Colin Farrell,
Ooh.
to kill Daredevil, which he doesn't actually do that.
No.
That's weird.
He actually mentions in the movie that he wasn't
Yep.
hired for that reason.
But Murdoch must rely on his own senses and search out the conspirators against justice, which may include his own girlfriend, Elektra, played by Jennifer Gardner.
Yes. Who wrote that synopsis?
Who gives a shit?
Did they even see the goddamn movie, you think?
I don't think so.
Because it's not quite there.
I should go ahead and throw in that it's got a 5.3 on IMDb
Mm-hmm.
out of 10
Yes.
and 44% on Rotten Tomatoes
Mm-hmm.
out of 100%.
Now, you were alive
I sure was.
when this movie came out, and you were of age to go to the theaters. I was 18,
Barely of age.
so I could go see rated R movies, no problem.
This is PG-13 there.
Didn't matter. I could see anything.
You could see any movie.
Any movie.
Doesn't matter.
G, PG, PG-13, R,
X.
NC-17.
Doesn't matter.
Showgirls, here I come.
Because I'm 18.
I got my ID.
It's 2003. Life's good.
Yeah, I'm graduating high school. What could go wrong?
This movie. When did you go see this movie?
I saw it opening night. Well, like the Thursday showing. So like the night before
the
showing.
midnight showing?
Yeah, the midnight showing. Back when they did midnight showings.
Why? All right. No, not why.
Why?
Obviously,
Because I was like idiot.
because I was 18, man.
I was 18. I could do anything, baby.
What was it? Do you remember like how you felt when you left the theater? Like because is this one of those like? Do we look back and we're like, this is a pile of shit, or did you immediately feel like that was a pile of shit?
I don't know if I immediately thought it was a pile of shit. I must have. I
I must have thought this movie sucked.
I think I always knew it sucked. I was excited for it when it was coming out. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's I guess what I was gonna ask you. And yeah, I remember. I think I was let down. Even to the point where years later, when I got the director's cut, which we actually was what we watched tonight, when I purchased that on a digital video disc, that I convinced myself that the director's cut made it better, and it just didn't.
It just makes it longer.
Which also, you know, I guess in then turn gives us more time with Foggy, who's played by the wonderful Jon Favreau.
Yeah. Who did a great job.
I love Jon Favreau.
He's the best part of this movie for sure.
Oh, hands down. Hands down. He made it. He was enjoyable every scene.
Yeah.
The Sanford and Son bit
that was
was
good.
good stuff. All right. So, what did now you saw it in theaters?
I did.
Did you see it like immediately? Was it one of those?
Yep. Same thing. Well, I didn't do midnight. I definitely went opening day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember going with a group. I was like laughing through the movie.
Yeah.
Like for the same scenes I was laughing when we just watched it.
It's just super cheese.
And I remember we walked out and I was just like, are you fucking serious with this movie? And I can't remember which one of my friends it was, and probably a good thing because I'd text him right now. I'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. I had one friend in the group that was defending it. I was like, it was good, man. It was really good.
There's always that friend.
Yeah. There's always that fucking friend. And I was like, dude, no, nothing about this movie is good. I was more pissed that, so it's an origin movie.
Right.
You don't get any origin.
You get it.
You see him lose his sight
Yeah.
as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he's flying around the city.
Right.
Cut fucking 15 years later.
Yeah. How do you get there?
Yeah.
How did it all happen?
How to get his suit. Like, what?
Right. Now, so speaking, okay, so the beginning, the kid, what did you think about this? What do you think about little Matt Murdock? How did you think of that kid?
I mean, he was a kid.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't the worst kid actor.
No. And
Show him flipping around. Fast forward 15 years later.
and he's still just
still
flipping
flipping around.
Somehow he,
Let's see. So the movie opens with that bullshit, and
Yeah.
then we cut to him as a lawyer.
mm-hmm.
So he's working this rape case, and the guy is obviously one of Fisk's employees, I guess.
Right,
He's like in
Ca-
with the mob.
Yeah, Casada
Yeah.
is,
And
is the
so,
character's name.
so the guy gets off from charges,
Mm-hmm.
and Murdoch's pissed.
Yeah, but he doesn't get off from Daredevil.
No, not from justice.
Nope. Foggy and Matt are out on the steps of the courthouse. And, you know, this is probably one of the best scenes in movie history.
Oh man.
Knowing that Matt is probably feeling pretty bad about it, Foggy's like, hey, you know, fuck it, you know, let's go get some drinks. He says, no, you can't. He has to work.
I know. He says I have plans.
I thought he says he has to work tonight.
Is that what he says?
Nah, he says something stupid.
Some dumbass line.
It zooms in on his face and then cuts right into his glasses, and then it's just him suited up as Daredevil, and it's just like dark. It's like a room with like one streak of light coming through it, and he's just playing with his baton, just whipping it all around.
Just whipping it around.
And it's like, you know, if it was a quick scene, I'd be like, all right, you know what? There's no point, but whatever, it's fine. But it's like 3 different shots of him and like 3 different angles.
Makes no sense.
No.
Like, obviously, he's suiting up to get ready for the night.
Right.
What is that? It's like he's doing some Zumba in his fucking room.
I guess maybe like he's trying to like limber up, maybe, you know, get a little loosey goosey before he just jumps out of his fucking like apartment, which
Yeah.
is what he does.
He just jumps. Oh man,
He just jumps straight down.
flies like 20 fucking floors down
Mhm.
and lands on a window cleaners. Like, what are those things called? That hang off the side of buildings.
Yeah, I don't know, like hanging.
So he like
Things.
lands on that.
Yeah.
Somehow isn't injured at all.
Nah, he's cool.
Breaks it.
Mhm.
Jumps to another one.
Right.
Flying around like Spider-Man around the fucking city. Landing rooftop to rooftop.
Huge leaps.
Like insane.
Like,
I forgot how like outrageous that shit was.
it was crazy. So he's doing this, and he's gonna go. He's gonna go find Casada,
Yeah.
who's gone to Josie's bar, which is, you know, his the hang.
Serve up some justice. No
But
problem.
Yeah, but instead, what does he do? He just
Beats up every single person in the bar for no fucking reason.
lights. He sets the. I mean, he destroys the bar. He
Lights pool tables on fire.
everything's burning. So the idea, in Daredevil's crazy ass mind, he's thinking this rape victim, she wasn't properly served her justice.
Right.
So I'm gonna go make things right.
Yeah.
By going to her place of work and ruining it. So not only is she an unjust victim,
she's now jobless.
Yeah. Like, hey, you see the good news? That guy Casada, he got what was coming to him. That's pretty good, right? She's like, yeah, but
my whole fucking bar is destroyed.
Yeah.
I can't work until they fix it.
Yeah, I'm fucking out of work now. God damn it.
Which also, who's even gonna come back to that bar?
After Daredevil's been there.
Yeah, like all those fucking bikers got their ass kicked and they don't even know why.
Yeah, well, they got off easy.
Yeah.
Because Casada did not.
Oh my god.
So
he chases Casada out of the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Casada runs down in the subway.
Right.
They do a little fighting.
Uh-huh.
And then Daredevil kicks him onto the tracks, and then he gets run over by a train.
Yeah.
Cut in half from
Yeah.
the train.
Daredevil just straight kills the guy.
Not even kills him. He's talking to him before the train hits him. He's like, "Do you see that light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah.
That's not heaven." Like, Jesus, man.
So then we get Joe. How do you say his name? Joe Pantaleone?
Yeah. Joe Pantaleone.
Yeah, you know him, guys. He was in The Matrix.
He's Cypher.
Yeah, and he's Ben Urich in this. Ben Urich?
Ben Urich.
Yeah, he shows up.
He's a reporter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you get the cheesy, like, fire.
Yeah. Yeah, because he comes down and, the detectives are like, what do you... Look, man, this wasn't the devil. There's no such thing as the Daredevil. And he's like, oh, yeah, and he flicks his cigarette.
Yeah, how does he know?
I don't know, man.
And how does he know exactly where to... Also, everything about in movies when they do, like, the fire emblem, it's like in fucking Batman, Dark Knight Rises.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, light it up.
Yeah.
And they light the flare, and then you get the... Like, when did he have time to climb up that fucking bridge and put the bat symbol and gasoline on the side of it?
Look, we're not talking about Batman.
I know, but what I'm saying is, this is the same shit.
He didn't climb up anything. He just put it on the ground.
Yeah, but where to get the gas from?
He keeps a little canister in his pocket.
Oh, does he?
I don't know.
It probably shoots out of his magic baton that he has endless rope and shit in.
Why would he want to leave his calling card when he killed someone?
Because he's the devil, man.
But he's supposed to be the good guy.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
That's a weird calling card because he never does it again in the entire movie.
Huh.
He spends the time to, like, put a couple fiery D's on the floor. Double D's, baby. and then he gets out of there.
Yeah.
And he knows someone's going to light it up.
And he's blind, man. Like, I feel like I would have a hard time writing out 2 D's in, like, concrete or whatever, like, on a roadway. Or,
with some gas.
Yeah, with some gas. And he's fucking blind and he's doing this shit.
And they're perfect, man. Perfect set of D's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're saying. Light them up. All right. So, anyway. So then, of course, that's, Ben's like, there it is. There's the Daredevil.
Terrible scene.
It's so bad. Then we go back and we got Matt and...
they're in the diner.
In the diner. Old Joe's Cafe.
They're just hanging out.
Getting coffee.
Talking about the next pro bono case they're going to take, which is our buddy Coolio.
They got some nice little, like, fun banter back and forth there.
Yeah, sure.
We talk about Fight Club. We get our first look at the beautiful Jennifer Garner.
Matt Murdock smells her?
Yeah, he smells her from like a block away.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Dulce Gabbana.
Rose water.
She walks by and he's like, I'm going to go hit on her. Which, this is what, a day after his ex-girlfriend left a message on his answering machine saying she was done.
Right.
So he's just a fucking, like, ladies' man? He's just like, fuck it.
I think he just, like, you know what, man? He just lives for the moment, I think.
He's playing the game, man.
I mean, he's not afraid of anything.
Yeah. So he walks up.
What's over there?
Nothing, man.
Oh, you're looking like
looking around,
terrified.
What? No. So he goes over, hits on her,
Mm-hmm.
and she won't give him her name, and then she leaves the diner.
Yeah.
And he follows her like a fucking creep.
Uh-huh.
And follows her to a playground. They fight in the park a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She ends up giving the name Electra Nachos.
Yep. And one of the things that bugs me is because he's leaving the diner to go follow her, which of course is super creepy.
Yeah.
And they got to be at the courthouse by noon.
By noon.
And
they have like a little 5-minute scrap in the yard.
Yeah, and then he's already
10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like when he left, Foggy's like, I mean, we should be going to the courthouse right now.
Literally this moment.
Yep.
You're the worst. Why is he even partners with this guy? He'd be a better lawyer if he weren't Daredevil all the time.
He's always out deviling.
I know. So, which I guess was no big deal that he was late because it seemed like it wasn't, right?
No, not that time.
No.
The next time he didn't even show up the next time.
No, he didn't. So we got Kingpin. He's pretty cool. It turns out that someone's been talking.
Yep.
Obviously,
Someone's saying his name.
Someone's saying some shit, speaking the whispers, saying that Wilson Fisk is the Kingpin.
So he murders the shit out of 2 people.
Right, and then that's when he calls in Bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "We need to get Bullseye in here. Come on, guys." So they
Colin Farrell.
they call in Colin Farrell.
Yep.
He goes over to America.
More like Bullseye.
Look, this is stupid.
Okay.
He gets on the plane, kills an old lady, which is fucked up.
Yep.
You know, when
She looked annoying.
She did, yeah. But I mean, like, you know, you ever just, I mean,
That's what he does, man. He just kills everybody around him.
that's true.
He killed that guy in a bar and just walked out, and no one fucking cared.
What are you gonna do about that? If I was at a bar and and I looked over and some guy was getting killed by paper clips being thrown, what are you're gonna be like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" I'm gonna look the other way, man. Bullseye's on his way to America. That's great and good and all.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Daredevil's doing his things. What's Daredevil doing right now?
What justice is being had?
What?
I'm trying to think of what justice is being had. He's not doing any justice. He's hitting on Elektra.
Uh-huh.
They do a rooftop kiss, and then he bails.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, he bails because of crime. He has to go.
Crime always in the way.
Yeah, he gets so angry and he has to go check out the crime. Which, man, he comes across these guys, and one of them is beating down the other one in the name of Wilson Fisk. So, you know, obviously he's like, this can't be done. This is unjust.
Yeah.
And so he tracks him down to, I guess it must be his own place, right?
Yeah.
He goes to his
Yeah.
house because he takes off his jacket, his wet jacket and hat. So he must be at
Yeah,
home.
and he's going into his apartment.
Yeah.
Daredevil busts through the window, beats the fucking shit out of him, and his kid just crying in the corner.
Yeah.
He's like, looks at this kid, and he's like, "Hey kid,
Yeah.
I'm not the bad guy."
Dressed like a fucking devil.
Yeah.
Beating up his dad, like, in the hallway.
And then he just leaves.
Yeah.
Then it shows him on the rooftop with this,
Standing in the rain.
and he just says it again.
He's broken.
I'm not the bad guy.
It's like he didn't realize like being out there dressed as a devil and beating up people could be perceived as like a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know, like
Weird, right?
oh, who'd have thought? So anyhow, what else is happening? They get invited.
Yep. They get invited to
Some black and white ball.
because he's talking to Elektra.
Right. And so her father is like a big deal, Nicholas Nachos, and he's trying to get out of the game, the
Yep.
Kingpin game. Kingpin's not liking this, whatever.
So,
So they go to the ball. They try to like rub elbows and shit, but it's just not working out. Kingpin, he basically is like, look, he gives him the rose, which rose means you're gonna die.
yeah, it gives that to Nachos.
Yeah, so he's like, look, we got to get out of here, So he and Elektra are trying to skedaddle.
Yep.
Getting the skedaddle in the limousine. Meanwhile, but then this is when Bullseye shows up. Riding high on a motorcycle, doing stunts.
Just stands on a motorcycle.
Standing on a motorcycle, just cruising down the highway.
Which reminded me very much of Crank. It was a nice Crank scene.
Oh, it reminded me of Hot Shots.
Yeah. That Jesus.
Yeah, and he throws his crazy ninja stars into the car, killing the driver and the bodyguard. So the car crashes. But then it's okay because Daredevil shows up to save the day.
Yep.
Only he can't save the day.
They have a little street fight.
Yep.
Nachos and Elektra get out of the limo.
Mm-hmm.
They're out trying to run away.
Right. Not really. They're just standing there.
Standing there.
They're just standing.
Bullseye grabbed one of the batons
Mhm.
off Daredevil, throws it, and kills Elektra's dad
Yeah.
right in front of her.
Mhm.
She looks back. Bullseye's already gone. She thinks it's Daredevil because he's standing in the street.
Yeah. See, I don't see.
That doesn't make any sense
No.
because they're like 20 feet away fighting.
Right, and he didn't just leave right away. I mean, how did he get out of there so quick? I mean,
He
had
did the jacket thing.
Oh, that's right. He had time to rub his little bullseye and then do his jacket swoop, and then he
He
disappeared.
swoops his jacket and just next scene he's gone. It doesn't make any fucking sense. He does it multiple times in the movie.
It's just thing, man.
So,
That's his power.
That's an exit.
So she thinks that Daredevil's done it.
Yeah.
And
She starts shooting at him. He dips out.
yeah, and he's like, "Fuck, man, what am I gonna do?" And so
Matt had to go to the funeral.
and this is what the next day.
Yeah.
Funerals aren't set up like that.
Nope.
He was fucking murdered. Like they're not gonna do any
Mhm.
investigation.
Mm-mm.
Whatever. She talks to Matt, and she's like, "Look, I want revenge." And
Yep.
he's like, "It won't make anything better." He doesn't talk like that. He's not Batman yet.
Not yet.
But
Justice will be had though.
right. And so she's just like, "What the fuck ever."
Yeah, she literally is just like, Adios. Bye,
Yeah.
Felicia.
I don't want to hear this shit.
Yep.
So then we get to meet Kevin Smith's character.
He's the coroner. Ben, the fucking journalist, shows up
Yeah.
because he heard a hot tip
Mhm.
about this fucking thing, and then he finds out it can transform into a cane.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, Matt Murdock is the Daredevil. Pretty much pieces that together.
Now, why wouldn't he wouldn't he piece it together immediately when he saw the fucking thing, since because he ran into Matt Murdock at the party earlier,
Yeah,
and he knocked his cane down.
So it's nice color.
Yeah, and he picked it up, and it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
He literally held it in his hand. Like, he doesn't need to see it pop out and to make a cane for him to be like,
Right.
a blind man would use that. It's just,
Yep.
that's it.
It's overly explained.
Look, how the fuck did he get into his Daredevil costume so quick?
Look, heroes do it all the time, man.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
And then he didn't, whatever, man.
Yep.
He didn't, it's all, okay. So what?
So we leave the funeral.
It's sad. Let me go.
Kingpin
Mhm.
has decided
What's he doing these days?
he wants Elektra to die.
Oh, that's right.
So he talks to Bullseye and he's like, hey, can you go ahead and off her too?
Mm-hmm.
And then Bullseye's like, well, I need to be able to kill Daredevil as well. And he's like, yeah, if you want to do that, sure, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Just kill Elektra.
I don't care what you do, man. You're your own guy.
Yeah, you do you, man. Just don't throw anything at me.
Yeah, but it was gonna be harder than he thought to take her down, because you see, not only did we have one cool scene with Daredevil earlier in the movie, flipping around in his dark room,
Oh, we get another one.
we get another one.
Great scene.
Shows some of her skills.
She's amping up to go out and get revenge.
Mm-hmm. Just limbering up.
Which, how the fuck does she know where he is?
Who?
Daredevil.
Oh yeah,
On
'cause
some random rooftop, and she's like, "Remember me?" And then,
well, no, she's literally just standing up there,
I don't.
because he's flipping around the city. Because we're like,
Oh yeah, we're like,
'cause-
where's he going?
because he suits up and he's going out, and he never just goes out for fun. You know,
No,
he goes out when he has a reason, and we're like, what the fuck's he going? They have a little scuffle on the rooftop.
And she throws a fucking sigh into his shoulder.
She just straight stabs him with it, dude.
Oh yeah, she does.
She just sticks it in him. Because they're fighting. What?
She just that slow stab just right.
Yeah.
And it just goes all the way through his shoulder.
Oh god.
Which yeah, all right, that would suck.
Mm-hmm.
That would hurt a lot. Yeah, I might fall on the ground the way he did.
Uh-huh.
But you know what I'm not gonna do? Lay there for 10 minutes while my girlfriend gets fucking murdered in front of me.
Yeah.
Which is what happened.
It is what happened, because you know what? She takes his mask off and she's like, I want to look in the eyes of the killer of my father before I kill them or whatever. She's like, oh shit, it's fucking Matt. Oh no. And he's like, yeah, look.
I didn't kill him.
Yeah, I didn't do it. This other guy did.
And then
We hear the cackling.
and he's like, it's just the cat. Yeah, and yep, here comes Bullseye,
He's like, oh,
who also knows where everybody is. Like, they're on a rooftop. Whatever.
How did he get up on the rooftop?
I don't know, man.
I can
He
understand.
probably
that-
used his jacket and teleported up there. Who fucking knows? He's like, what's up? Let's fight. She's like, all right, I'm going to go fight him. You stay here.
Yes.
She throws a sigh at him, catches it, throws it back at her, gets stabbed in her hand. He comes up. They fight a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Look.
it keeps cutting back to Daredevil. And he's just laying there, moaning.
He's
like,
just sitting there.
he's like, oh, my shoulder. Elektra. Like,
yeah.
like, what? Get the fuck up, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, so he gets her down, and then Bullseye says something along the lines of like, it's like, oh yeah, you may be good, but I'm, and then he pulls a playing card out of his jacket. It slides out of his sleeve.
Yeah.
He's like, but I'm magic.
And
then
he
he-
slits her throat with it.
Yeah, he just throws it at her, cuts her throat. But you know, it's not a direct hit, I guess,
No.
because he's got to go over,
Choke her
choke her,
and then stab her with her own sigh.
and then bite her lip.
That was weird.
Creepy, like
Yeah, he like sort of kissed her.
he's like nibbles on her lip.
Yeah, he's like,
It's
what's
weird.
up?
And
Jennifer
then-
Garner.
And then yeah, he just
And then throws her off the fucking building.
oh yeah, then he throws her off the building, and then he just disappears.
Yeah,
right?
he just jackets away. And then she just got
She got
smashed to death and then stabbed in the stomach. Crawls over to Daredevil.
who's still just sitting there in the same fucking spot he was when he got stabbed in the shoulder.
Yep. She crawls all the way over to him and she's like, oh no. And he's like, you'll be all right. Cops show up and then he fucking bolts so fast.
Oh yeah, he's suddenly he can move.
Yeah. Oh, cops, I better go.
Oh, my own skin's on the line. Better be out of here. All right, so he goes to the church that's run by bearded Spock, And the guy looks like you pointed at,
He
man.
looks just like Leonard Nimoy. It's weird.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy. So he goes there and he's like, "Look, man, I'm just gonna lay here in the church for a while. It's cool." But then Bullseye shows up because he knows where he went again.
I guess he was just stalking him.
Maybe. So he's there, and Bullseye comes busting through the front door, throws something at the father, and so Daredevil says, "Get out the back, bro." And then they fight.
Yep.
They fight in the church.
And this is where they fight on all the
Organ.
organ pipes.
Yeah.
What? Right?
I don't know.
Organ pipes.
I guess so. Yeah.
But this church is also apparently like 15 stories tall. Because they start climbing these pipes and they're jumping around, flipping around, fighting. And they're just going up. Like when they're swinging around, they're so fucking high up. I was like, how big is this church? Because every time you get the external view, like the cops show up.
Yeah.
It's just a church.
It's like a normal looking church.
Yep.
But it's so high on the inside.
Yep.
Um,
I'm so high right now.
and it looked so bad, man, when they were just...
it looked terrible.
Like, it looked like...
Terrible 2003 CG.
Yeah, there was just, like, no weight at all to the characters jumping around.
They're clearly, like, roped up.
Yeah. It's like it's like they were just floating around.
Yeah.
It's like they were in the Matrix.
Yep.
He looked like he was in the Matrix.
Yep. And so they fight.
Cops show up.
Cops are outside surrounding the place.
Bullseye discovers Daredevil's weakness.
Sound?
Sound. Too much sound.
Yep.
So he pulls a Spider-Man 3.
Starts bashing on the pipes.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah. And so that happens for a while. The cops finally show up. They're in the middle of, like, a death struggle. Bullseye's on top of Daredevil. He's got a
stick.
He's got a stick. He's going to stab him with a stick. He hears the gunshot. He can see the bullet through the air with his Daredevil sonar.
Yep.
He pulls Bullseye's hands just in time for it to go through his hands.
Yep.
And then, Bullseye's out of commission. He's like, "You took my hands.
My hands.
You spared me, brother." And so he's like, "Nah, man, I'm Daredevil." And he just throws his ass out of a window, 30 feet. Like, the window wasn't even, were they even by, I don't even know. So he lands on Ben Ehrlich's car outside.
Yep.
And it pans back over to Daredevil, who's delivering a stellar line.
Bullseye. Which, there was already a sniper that shot Bullseye's hands. Now the window's completely broken.
Why is anyone going after Daredevil?
Like, why didn't a cop just shoot him? Because they even said, like, sights on both of them.
Right.
We'll let him stand there and say Bullseye, and then I guess just walk away, because they don't even show him leave. Like, the scene cuts, it's done.
Yeah.
But how did he even get out of there? The place is surrounded by cops.
I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
I guess he goes out the back door.
Yeah, he just walks away.
He's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So we flash back over to Kingpin.
Yep. He's telling his number one,
Wesley.
He's like, "Yo, get all the bodyguards, get out of here. Let everyone leave."
Daredevil shows up at Kingpin's lair. He walks in the room, and they do Kingpin.
Daredevil.
So dumb. Which that's what I mean. Like, it's like at that point you're supposed to believe that, like, they're like arch rivals.
But they've never even they never had any bad blood.
No. Man, so they fight for a bit, and it's pretty good. Kingpin gets the upper hand.
Yep.
Until Matt Murdock realizes, and do you notice, like, there's like that flashback to, like, when he saw Elektra in the rain?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that's right. If there's water, I can see."
Yeah, so stupid.
So and there's all this water running through Kingpin's place.
It's water cooled.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So he smashes it all up, so the water's just blasting out everywhere. And you can see Kingpin clear as day and takes
his knees out.
Mm-hmm. Drops him down.
And almost smashes his fucking skull.
Yep.
And decides not to and says, "Justice has been served."
I think he even says, "I'm not the bad guy," one more time there.
He does.
Okay.
He says it like 4 times in the movie.
Yeah, and Kingpin, he's got a good point. He's like, what's to stop me from fucking, telling the police, ratting you out, saying who you are. I know who you are now. I've seen your face. And he's like, "Bitch, please."
You gonna tell people you got beat down by a blind guy?
Come on,
man.
Blood in the water, baby.
Jesus.
So, and that's it.
And that's when he the scene I talked about earlier. He stands on the roof, says, "This one's for you, Dad," and throws a rose off the building.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Stupid.
And then we get the little wrap up scene. Ben Ehrlich is talking to Matt Murdock, and he's like, "Look, man, I'm gonna write a story. I just want to give you a heads up.
I'm ratting you out."
Basically. And so he's like, "Yo, dude, if you do that, it's gonna ruin me."
And he's like, "This is what I do.
Yeah,
I ruin people.
I'm a ruiner."
You ever seen The Matrix?
Yeah, come on, guys. So he goes and he writes a story, and he types it all up, and then he ends up deleting it.
Yep.
Which is good, too, because Daredevil's just waiting outside.
To fucking beat the shit out of him.
I think he was just waiting to hear the sound of the printer.
Yeah.
And if he started to hear that, he was just going to
Justice would have been served.
He was going to beat the shit out of him. His own kind of justice. They give each other, like, the nod of acknowledgement that, they're cool, they're buds, whatever.
Yep.
Daredevil says some things. He says something probably about, like, it's like, I live in the shadows, I live in the darkness.
Flips off a building.
And that's it.
That's the amazing flick of Daredevil.
Yeah, that's Daredevil summed up for you guys.
With all that said, as amazing as the movie sounds, we do have some gripes and some problems, and that brings us into the next segment of the show that we like to call Cracks the Can.
So we mentioned earlier, we started into the when he leaves the diner after he first meets Elektra.
Yep.
That he meets her at the park, and then they have a little bit of a fight. And this fight is fucking stupid, man. And if you've seen this movie, then you know
exactly what we're talking about.
Which I hope you've seen it, because this would be that much more enjoyable if you had. It's just the choreography.
It's all right. It's like they saw the choreography from The Matrix. Because this is the only time you see like karate chopping in this movie. They don't do it anywhere else. It's all closed fists.
Right.
And it's so slow and like robotic.
Mm-hmm.
They're just catching each other's hands and like almost hitting each other. Which he even says you're holding back. I get.
Yeah.
But it's just bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't look natural at all.
No.
And then you involve the wire work where they start jumping on the seesaws. I understand there wasn't a lot to go off prior to this movie as far as comic book movies. You had like Spider-Man and Matrix 99.
Yeah.
Which was very similar to that kind of style.
He even did the the come hither hand
that Morpheus did.
Yeah.
Like the hold your hand out and then do the come here.
The come hither hand, man.
Is it just come hither? Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it is. You all know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Even with the little smirk.
You flip your, you put your palm out flat up, and then you kind of like bring your fingers in.
It's weird because we're both doing it, but we're trying to explain what we're doing.
You know what we're talking about, right?
Come here. Like with your full hand, not just a finger.
Yeah. Like imagine come here with the finger, but then with your whole hand.
Stop doing it. It's weird. Just seeing your fucking head just flapping like, come on.
But not to be confused with the two-hand one, because that's...
Yeah, if you do full wide arm stance and do it.
Yeah. But I feel like that takes a certain kind of person. That's like a big brawler.
Yeah, that's when you're inviting like an ass beating. We mentioned when Elektra was training, her like getting ready to like go out and seek revenge.
Mm-hmm.
So Elektra is ready. She's in her dance studio. She's got her size.
Mm-hmm.
She's feeling revenge.
She's flipping them in her hands.
Flipping them around, doing some fighting moves. And then she really wants revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is taking forever.
It's okay.
This will be worth it. The bit's worth it.
Oh, what's that?
Is that a sandbag?
Oh.
Sandbags start dropping from the ceiling.
Oh, you better cut those sandbags.
Cut them up.
Slice them all, Elektra.
So she's walking across the fucking room, sandbags on sandbags.
She's flipping. She got two sandbags at the size, and she's doing a backflip. Oh no, what's that? Is that a devil bag?
Daredevil's face is drawn on a bag.
Oh
no. There it is. The fucking scene, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some pretty good cracks. And obviously, like, we cracked the whole fucking movie as we're talking.
What's happening? Is it playing somewhere? Did I start playing it again?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not mine. All right, do or don't. What do you say?
You know what? If
I feel like you say do to every movie, no matter how bad it is.
No, I don't say do. I say don't sometimes.
You've said it like once.
Look, I'm gonna say if it's 2003.
You know what? You're Siskel and I'm Ebert.
Look,
you're the guy who always gives the thumb up.
If it's 2003, and it's Valentine's Day, and you're all alone, then I say, you know what? I say go to the movies, and I say do. But if it's today, and you have other options,
like a Netflix series,
yeah, or any other like potentially better movie, yeah, don't. So yeah,
Yeah, don't
don't do it.
don't watch this.
It's just not. It's not. It's
Literally watch if you haven't seen the Netflix series, that's the Daredevil you need to watch.
you. Anything you've been checking out? Not really. Not me either. So we're gonna skip the dick pics.
Yeah, I figure we'll just wrap it.
Yep. All right. Oh well. So you're going to New York this weekend. So have fun with that.
I am.
I will see you when you
I
get.
have a business venture to. I don't. I'm just going.
It's all pleasure,
I'm
huh?
just going. All pleasure, baby. I'm gonna have a pleasurable weekend in New York.
Where can you find us, man?
Well, there's a lot of places you can find us. One of those places is SoundCloud,
Right here in this shed. On YouTube.
iTunes.
That's where you find us.
That's where you find us.
And obviously, if you found us, you're listening now. Tell your friends. Leave us a little note. Give us a like.
Say something.
Give us a
Like, because you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of the silence, man.
Do you like this?
All right. Yeah, it's been fun. Another episode.
Until next week, y'all.
Oh,
Shake it easy.
I was gonna say it this week.
Why?
I'm just joking.